In today's episode, I'm going to show you what is workload management with some best practices. Perspective plans with new videos and podcasts weekly. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/perspective plans for exclusive videos and more. Visit perspectiveplans.com for all of your planner and stationery needs. Only at Perspective Plans, helping you plan for what's to come. When work feels like a Tetris game that just won't quit, you've got a team of superstars, but even superheroes get overwhelmed when the task list starts to look like a CVS receipt. That's where workload management comes in. No, it's not just a fancy corporate term managers use during awkward stand-ups. It's your golden ticket to a team that doesn't spontaneously combust when things get a bit busy. What is workload management, and why should you care? Workload management is basically task Tetris, but without the stress-induced background music. It's all about planning, assigning, and tracking work in a way that doesn't make your team question their life choices. In plain English, who's doing what? When are they doing it? And can they actually handle one more quick task without rage quitting? Done right, it prevents both burnout and that one team member who somehow always gets the mystery task. We see you, Chad. Why is workload management important? Aside from preventing caffeine-fueled meltdowns, workload management does a lot of heavy lifting behind the scenes. So here's the T. Flexibility. When priorities shift because, well, they will. You can actually pivot instead of panic. No burnout. You can finally stop treating your team like they're running a productivity Hunger Games. Accountability. Everyone knows what they're doing, when it's due, and no one can say, wait, was that my job? Real-time visibility. You, the glorious manager, get an overview of team bandwidth without needing to summon spreadsheets from the abyss. Focus on what matters. No more wasting time on low-hanging fruit while your deadlines are on fire. Best practices for workload management, aka how to avoid a team-wide meltdown. Look, managing workload shouldn't feel like trying to herd caffeinated cats during a fire drill. It's not just about flinging tasks at people and praying to the project management gods. No, there's a better way. Here's how to do workload management like a boss without becoming the villain in your team's group chat. 1. Use a workload management tool. Seriously, stop using sticky notes. You wouldn't build IKEA furniture without the manual. Okay, maybe you would, but how's that shelf holding up? The same logic applies here. Get yourself a proper workload management tool. Then ClickUp, Trello, Asana, anything that lets you see who's doing what, when, and how close they are to a productivity-induced emotional spiral. Why it matters. It gives you a bird's eye view of your team's capacity. You'll know if Sarah's free to take on another blog post, or if she's one task away from throwing her laptop out the window. Evaluate your team's task and capacity, aka stop guessing and start adulting. Okay, let's be real. If you're assigning tasks based on vibes and vague optimism, we need to have a serious chat. Workload management isn't magic, it's math, and also a tiny bit of emotional intelligence, so your team doesn't start passively aggressively replying per my last email every 5 minutes. So here's how to figure out what your team can actually handle without giving anyone a nervous breakdown. Step 1. Map out the madness. Start by listing every single thing your team touches in a project. Yes, even the little stuff, like check your inbox. Document meeting where nothing got decided. Pretend to understand client feedback. Make 4th cup of coffee. If it eats up time, it goes on the list. No judgment here. Then chunk bigger tasks into bite-sized, less scary milestones. You wouldn't eat an entire pizza in one bite, unless you're trying to make the Guinness Book World of Records, in which case, do your thing. So don't expect your team to conquer monstrous projects in one go. Step 2. Get smarter with team estimates. Now it's time to put your psychic powers to good use. Estimate how long each task should take, ideally. Not the best case scenario where the Wi-Fi is perfect and nobody slacks me for 2 hours time. Real human with interruptions time. Bonus tip, get your team's input on this part as well. They know if that quick 15-minute task you assign actually takes an hour and a half and 3 emotional support snacks. Step 3, calculate capacity, aka don't overload your MVPs. Use a workload view to set how many hours or tasks each person can realistically handle per day or week. Not they'll just work late hours, but actual healthy hours. The kind that don't result in stress cries or subtle resignation letter drafts. Pro mode, automate and prioritize like a wizard. Custom fields equals clarity. Add priority levels, effort estimates, and due dates. Color-coded if you're feeling fancy. Automations equal magic spells for productivity. Auto-assign your tasks, update statuses, or turn the chaos into calm with a simple click. So remember, if you don't want your team working like over-caffeinated squirrels chasing deadlines, take the time to understand their real capacity. It's not micromanaging. It's being a responsible grown-up with a to-do list and, of course, a soul. Assign the right work to the right person, aka stop giving your graphic designer the company budget spreadsheet. Look, not everyone on your team is a Swiss Army knife. Some people are calculators, some are paintbrushes, and some are espresso machines, strong, efficient, and slightly jittery by 2 p.m. The secret to managing workloads like a boss: know your team, not just their titles, but their superpowers. Who thrives under pressure? Who needs a quiet space and zero slack pains to function? Who can crank out 5 spreadsheets before breakfast? And who will cry if you ask them to open Excel? If you've got someone who's a wizard with details but panics when the word ASAP enters the chat, don't put them on a last-minute fire drill project. You're not setting them up for success, you're creating a human panic button. Instead, match tasks with each person's strengths, availability, and of course vibe. Yes, vibe. Because if they feel good about the work, they'll do good work. It's basically science or psychology, or I don't know, both. Create realistic deadlines, aka the opposite of let's circle back tomorrow. So here's a revolutionary idea. Give people enough time to actually finish things. I know, groundbreaking. When setting deadlines, don't play a guessing game or consult your horoscope. Use actual data. How long did this take last time? Who's doing it now? And how fast do they usually work? Is Mercury in retrograde, or are we just behind because we scheduled 10 meetings today? Once you've got a good ballpark, add buffer time, because something will go wrong. Murphy's Law is real. Whether it's a surprise meeting, a coffee spill, or a sudden craving for existential dread, that extra time is your safety net. And if you're using a workload tool that lets you drag and drop deadlines without breaking into a cold sweat, even better. Flexible scheduling equals fewer meltdowns. Even if you are on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Will Rogers. I just want to take a moment to thank our patrons and channel members. This episode would not be possible without your support. Thank you. And if you would like to support the show, visit patreon.com/perspective plans today. Thank you so much for stopping by and pressing play. I truly appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comments or your podcast review what tip you'll be using. Keep planning for what's to come, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.